Hello, I'm Bernard Hickey from Interest.co.nz and welcome to 90 at 9, brought to you in association with Bank of New Zealand. This is your morning briefing where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, starting now with news that appetites for risk on global commodity markets are back. That's partly because the fears about the stricken Fukushima nuclear reactors are starting to ease. Power is being restored to the stricken reactors. Commodity prices rose overnight and that helped boost those commodity currencies like the New Zealand dollar and the Australian dollar. They were the strongest performing on markets overnight. The New Zealand dollar rose to 74.1 US cents and the Australian dollar rose to 1 US dollar and 1 cent. Oil rose 1%, partly because of new signs of unrest in Yemen, but also talk that the Japanese, because of the reduction in their power output from those nuclear plants, will have to buy more fuel oil. Also, the euro was down overnight and the Dow was off slightly in late trade. That's because there are renewed fears that Ireland may have to default on its debt, or at least its banks will have to default, which of course are now owned by the government. In fact, the 2-year Irish Treasury bond yield rose to 10.18%, the highest since 2003, after there were rumours overnight that one of the banks owned by the Irish government might have missed a coupon payment, i.e. defaulted on its debts. That was later denied. But stress test results are due in the next week or so, which are expected to show the Irish government will have to pump yet another 20 billion euros into those stricken banks. There is growing talk now in Ireland that Ireland may have to default on that bank debt. That would cause problems for many European banks who hold a lot of that Irish bank debt. The British pound, rose overnight in part because inflation in the UK is running at 4.4%. That's higher than expectations and is raising forecasts of a hike in the Bank of England's interest rate. And of course, the European Central Bank is still planning to hike its interest rate next month. I'm Bernard Hickey. That was 90 at 9, brought to you in association with the Bank of New Zealand.